Hey Yorba Linda, we are halfway through the year, so today I decided to do a special episode. So I'm not going to be sitting down with a business or a restaurant today. Today I'll be sitting down with our current mayor, Tara Campbell, and we're going to go over a bunch of different things. So number one, if you're not very familiar with her backstory, we're going to talk a little bit about her and how she became the mayor of Yorba Linda. And then we're going to go over what she's most proud of in Yorba Linda that's happened over the first 6 months, as well as what to look forward to in Yorba Linda over the next 6 months. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show today. So today I have a very special guest with me. So I have the mayor of Yorba Linda, Tara Campbell. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So the first question that I'm going to ask before we get into all things Yorba Linda is, especially for those that maybe don't know a lot about you, can you give us a little bit of background about yourself, maybe growing up all the way to the point of where you decided that you wanted to start running for mayor?
Yeah, I know, right? Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd be mayor of my hometown, but I grew up here in Yorba Linda. I'm a lifelong Yorba Linda resident, so this is home.
Okay.
And like I said, I grew up here. I went to St. Francis and then went to high school here, and my family's lived here for a number of years. But what really got me interested and involved and engaged in more the government side was I saw in Yorba Linda we had some tumultuous times, if you will, and I realized, why wasn't I not looking at myself to be the change that I wanted to see?
Okay.
And so that really ignited in me to get involved in my local community, to be able to bring my education, my skills back to my hometown to serve the community that has given me so much. It's been the biggest blessing of my life and the biggest honor to have the faith of the community to serve our city.
Okay, so going through school, things like that, did you have any inclination that you wanted to go into politics at all, or it was just completely a different career path? What were you thinking before you decided to go into this direction?
Well, I wanted to be a sports journalist, so I'm obviously not doing that now. But that's what I went to USC, fight on. I went to USC to be a sports journalist, and I did that for a little bit. I reported on the sideline for the football team, basketball team. Loved it, but I thought, you know what, I better not just pigeonhole myself just to sports. I better broaden my journalism experience. Ended up taking an internship in Washington, D.C., working on common sense legislation. Thought we were doing a lot of great work. And then the government shut down, so government gridlock at its finest. Came back to my hometown of Yorba Linda to find out that that stuff can happen on the local level too. And I wanted to make sure that our city had a bright future ahead, was on the right path. And so that really got me involved and engaged to serve my community.
And that was kind of my next question. You answered a little bit already. So really, what was the breaking point that really got you to the point of saying, okay, now I need to go this direction? Was it straight from, were you doing anything community-wise in Yorba Linda, or was it straight from nothing to mayor?
No, gosh, no. I had been involved and engaged. I mean, I always tell people that my first experience is giving back to our community were like through the Girl Scouts. So I was a Girl Scout growing up here. I did National Charity League while growing up here. But then getting involved in the Chamber of Commerce, getting involved in the Yorba Linda Women's Club, getting involved, I'm now a member of the Yorba Linda Sunrise Rotary Club. So there's way more things that you can be involved and engaged in giving back to your community. It's not just at this level, but I did see a need. I ran one in 2016, and that's when I ran because I did see that need for leadership that was going to ensure a bright future for our city, was going to help make those decisions. So that's why I ran in 2016, and that's been 8 years, almost 8 years now.
And then one question I have before getting to the Yorba Linda specific things, and this is something that I've always wondered, so I'm not super into politics, but it's something that I've talked to plenty of my friends before, and they're also asking the same question. So in terms of mayor in Yorba Linda, maybe elsewhere as well, it seems like there's a new mayor all the time. So we elect a mayor, and then there's new mayors coming on. Can you kind of explain to Yorba Linda a little bit how that process works in terms of the mayors and how they're selected?
I know, government makes it so complex and confusing so that no one ever knows who the mayor is at the time. No, Yorba Linda is like most cities in Orange County. You actually elect your city council members. So in Yorba Linda, we have 5 city council members. The city, the residents, elect those 5 members. And then in December, the 5 of us decide who will be mayor. We vote on who will be mayor amongst us for that upcoming year. City council is not a full-time job. So it's additional work, especially when you're mayor. So it's good to be mayor for maybe a year. Now it always goes to a vote, so you never know who it will be. But it does change every year, which we are like most cities in Orange County that do it like that. But yes, it adds to the confusion.
Got it.
So sorry for that. But I am mayor this year, yes.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I was mayor in 2019, but that's why,
Okay.
a little confusion.
And that was, at that time, California's youngest mayor, correct?
I was.
Okay.
I was 25
you still hold
back
that record?
then. Well, I was the youngest female mayor
Okay.
in California history and in U.S. history for a city of our size.
Okay.
When I was mayor at 25, youngest female mayor. So men, there's been some 18-year-old
Okay.
men mayor. Men have us beat a little bit.
Got
but
it.
yeah, so if anyone's doing math, I'm getting up there a little bit. I'm not 25 anymore. But yeah, that was back in 2019.
Okay. So now let's go ahead and get to actually Yorba Linda. So
Yeah.
it's basically halfway through the year now. So I kind of wanted to recap for the residents here over the first 6 months. What were some of the best things that have happened in Yorba Linda that you were most excited about going on?
Well, of course, I was most excited about we were named the 3rd safest city in California.
Yes.
And that is a testament to our sheriff's department, who does an incredible job for us keeping us safe, but also a testament to our residents. Our residents are vigilant. They're looking out for their neighbors.
Yes.
And so it is a community success story. We, in my time on council, have added multiple deputies to our police services. So we're expanding that. We're expanding our resources for them so that they have all the tools. It's the whole community working together, and that was a huge success that we were named the 3rd safest city in California. I still want the top spot, Josh. I'm still going for number 1, but that's a huge success. Other exciting things, we opened a new basketball court with pickleball court overlays at Vista del Verde Park. We love adding new parks amenities for our community with lighting. I know that's coveted. So that was really exciting. And then most recently this month of June, we added a new truck to our fire station at San Antonio, which is state of the art, adding faster horsepower, faster ladder capabilities, and it's safer for our firefighters. Again, we want to give our first responders all the tools they need to keep our community safe. So those were some of the highlights. So many good things, Josh. So you're asking a lot for me to narrow it down, but those are some exciting things that happened at least in the first 6 months of the year.
Okay. And then as we go into the back 6 months, so what are the things that you're most excited about coming up, that you're planning on, or what are some of the things that residents could be looking forward to over the next 6 months?
I think all residents are looking forward to the construction on Bass and Cherry being over, and it will be mid-August. So I'm excited about that. As you know, we widened Bass and Cherry and elevated a little bit. That's why it took so long. And then we're adding 2 signals on Eureka and Casaloma on Bass and Cherry. But happy to report, mid-August we should be done finally. I know we're all excited about that. We're paving some roads out on the east end, Brush Canyon, San Antonio, Esperanza, La Palma. We have some of the best roads in Orange County, and we want to stay on top of that. And so you won't find a pothole, and if you do, let me know. But we are paving our roads. So you have those. Those are starting middle of this month, so that's really, really exciting. Our fire authority, mid-August, will have the Firehawk helicopters out. This is Orange County Fire Authority, which is really, really great because, again, it's adding to our capabilities to fight fires. Yorba Linda, we've had those in the past, and so we want to make sure we have all the tools we can to prevent any kind of fire that could happen in our town. So that's really exciting. And then one of my favorite event in Yorba Linda is coming up. It's our 4th of July celebration. I hope you'll go out and join us. Because it's just...
That's the probably biggest celebration that I see all year for Yorba Linda.
It is.
And
it's just like the perfect encapsulation of our community, I feel like, right? We're very patriotic, and it still has that small town feel, and the whole community coming together. And I might be biased, but I think it's the best fireworks show in Orange County. So I hope you'll join us. It's going to be obviously 4th of July. It starts at 5. Fireworks and stuff starts around 8. Live music, kids zone, a whole lot of fun. It's at Veterans Park, where Yorba Linda Middle School is also. So hopefully people will come out and join. That's my favorite event. So I'm excited.
Okay. And then before we wrap things up, is there anything else that you want residents to know about Yorba Linda, either going on right now or things that they need to be looking forward in the future, or anything they can help out with around the community as well that you can think of?
Yeah, so 2 things. One, so we are going through our housing element right now, and every resident needs to be paying attention to this. So I really encourage residents to go to yllocalcontrol.com. That's yllocalcontrol.com, because every resident's going to vote on this in November. So we want to make sure our residents know what's going on, have the facts on it. So really encourage, you're going to see a ton of community outreach and community efforts on it. Every resident should definitely know and be apprised of that.
Okay.
And the other PSA that I always give is the importance of shopping and dining locally here in Yorba Linda.
Yes.
Of course, we love our local businesses because it adds to the quality of life in our city. A lot of them are local Yorba Linda families. We want to support them, but also that way you can, when you patronize your local, you know that tax revenue is coming back to the city of Yorba Linda, and that's paying for your police officers, your parks, your roads. You know that it's going back to benefit you too. And so it's really important that people shop and dine here. I know we all are guilty of maybe doing the Amazon, but if you do that, it doesn't necessarily go, even though you type in your zip code, it doesn't necessarily go back to Yorba Linda. It often goes back to the distribution center, which is not here. So if you want to make sure that your tax dollars, we're all paying sales tax on these things, are going back into Yorba Linda, support your local Yorba Linda businesses and restaurants. Dine and shop here locally in Yorba Linda. So my quick PSA, I give it everywhere, John.
And that one is a big thing with this channel. It's basically all it's about, is trying to get awareness of the local businesses, the local restaurants. Since I started this channel, I only used to eat at probably 3 or 4 different places in Yorba Linda, and I've lived here all my life. But since starting the channel, I've been trying to go to almost every spot I can. And it's amazing how much selection we have here when you go out and try new things and be able to see all the different businesses and restaurants available without having to leave the city. So I completely agree. Keep the business here as much as you can. It helps the community and just makes us that much stronger.
Well, and let me thank you for doing that, because it does. Sometimes maybe you're hesitant to go try that new place, and you kind of open the curtain a little bit. Hey, here's the food that you're going to get, and so I appreciate you doing that for our local businesses.
Absolutely. And then the last question I always ask on this is, what do you love about Yorba Linda so much? So we talked about a lot of things, but what kind of drew you here and kept you here and really wanted to make sure that you stay involved in our community?
Yeah, Yorba Linda is an amazing community. We're a safe community. It's a great place to raise family, right? You still have that small town feel, right? I still run into people here, whether it's the town center or the grocery store. You still have that feel. And it's something that I grew up with and I want to keep here. It's unique to Yorba Linda, our character, and I want to keep it that way. And so that's what some of the things I love most about Yorba Linda.
Well, Tara, thank you again for joining me today. I hope everybody found this information useful, got to know your mayor a little bit better this way. And as always, until next week, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye, everybody.